Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my very first polygel nail using Makartt's nail extension gels in clear and coral. This is also included in their kit, which I did an unboxing for about a month ago. So all of this is included. I'm also using the nail surface cleanser, top coat, the base coat obviously, and the lamp, the mini lamp. I'm doing this on one finger, and also the double-sided brush. I'm not exactly sure what it's called. And I know you guys are probably wondering and asking yourself, wait, Myra, you posted your first polygel nail like a month ago. And you're absolutely right. I did post my first polygel nail, but I've had this recorded for over a month, you guys. It's been here. I haven't done the voiceover, which you know how I am. I forget a lot of things, and it was just there. So now I'm finally getting to do the voiceover over a month later, but better late than never. So I'm using the Zoe nail forms because I wanted to do the nail set on a nail form. And yeah, so what I do is I grab that dual-sided brush, and it's kind of like a picker, and I grab the polygel. I was about to say acrylic. See, I'm so used to doing acrylic, you guys, and I'm so used to saying the same things like what I use in a nail set, but this is polygel. So this is literally the very first one that I had done, and I basically put the cleanser in a little dapping dish, and it's a solution that lets you work with your polygel. It's very hard to explain. I'm not sure 1,000% what it is. It's probably like acetone or alcohol. I'm not sure, but I know you can make it at home. You don't necessarily have to buy the cleanser, but Makartt does have really good deals on it. It's a really good price, and you guys can also use my discount code, which is down in the description box. But what I do is I basically grabbed a bead. I honestly had no idea how big it had to be, so I kind of just guessed. And by the end of this, my hands were so sticky because I really didn't know how to play with it and to move it around, and I don't know, but I know that I am gonna get better, you guys. So just, this is my first time, and I usually don't record the very first acrylic or the sets, but I'm glad that I'm able to record my first polygel so I can look back later on my progress. So this second bead, you guys, was cool. It literally basically did my whole entire nail. It was really smooth, really easy to work with, and it was very satisfying to do this second bead. I treated the polygel the same as I would to an acrylic. I put the first bead where the natural nail, quote unquote, meets the form / tip, if that's what you're using. And then the second bead, I placed it above that, but since I used such a big bead, it actually covered up the entire cuticle area and everything. And then I wanted to do it like a tapered square shape. And I was honestly very proud of how this bead came out, because it actually looked really good. And something I love about polygel, you guys, is it doesn't smell. No matter what, you guys, any monomer is going to smell. Some of them are stronger than others, but they're just always going to smell. But this cleanser, polygel, it doesn't smell. Obviously, it's not the acrylic powder that smells, it's a monomer. So I'm comparing it to this cleanser, and it doesn't smell. So if you're worried about anything that smells as far as doing nails, I 1000% recommend polygel. That is a pro. But a con for me is that it's just not acrylic. You guys, I'm so used to doing acrylic nails. The satisfaction of laying that bead and working with it, and I'm just so used to it. Although I did enjoy doing this, and I will be doing more sets, and I love, how it came out and everything, and the process too. I just can't let go of acrylic nails. Acrylic nails is just, it's so satisfying to me. So now I'm going to go in with these little 3D hearts, and these are things that you can use on acrylic nails as well, not just on polygel, but they work the same. Like, you're basically going to encapsulate them. That's what I'm going to do. And instead of using clear acrylic, I'm going to go in with the clear polygel to encapsulate. So it's the same process, essentially, just not the same process. It's kind of hard to explain, you guys, but yeah. And then I'm going in with this like pink beautiful glitter and just spreading it out across where the blue hearts are. And I wanted to give it like that ombre-ish effect and not go all the way to the cuticle area. I wanted to leave that nude so it can look like an ombre. Okay, so that is what the application looks like, and it looks so seamless. Like, I really like how it looks, super shiny and like super duper smooth. So what I did is I cured it underneath the mini lamp for 60 seconds. I like using this mini lamp a lot because, one, I'm using just one finger practice hand, so it's a lot easier than putting the whole nail into the lamp. But it's like really convenient. Like, you can literally carry it everywhere. It's just super, super tiny. And here I am going in with the clear. I did use a bigger bead, and I'm gonna encapsulate the entire nail. So I placed it lower than the cuticle area, so that way I'm able to push it up versus me just placing it right on the cuticle area and it floods it. I don't like that. So I placed it underneath a little bit. And then, I just started playing with it, going in the cleanser. And then once my brush starts drying, or I feel like it's not really moving too much, I go back, dip my brush into the cleanser, and just keep doing it back and forth. Something that I did notice about my video is I didn't go back to my towel that much, like really rarely. And I think that's a mistake. I feel like I should have gone like back and forth, kind of like an acrylic application. I'm not sure if that's why my brush came out like super, super sticky. And I did watch a lot of tutorials on Polygel since then. So I think I'll be a little better next time, because before this, I literally hadn't watched many of them. So it was kind of like a kind of go on what I have seen, but I haven't like learned too much about it. I can spend all day watching acrylic videos, whether it's tutorials or just watching like acrylic application. Like, I can do that all day long. And I haven't done that with polygel, so I think I'm gonna like try to do that every so often, just to kind of get an insight as to how it works. And maybe I'll even do my own set with polygel. I haven't tried it yet even since then, but I probably might. So yeah, I do have a lot of colors as well when it comes to polygel from Makartt, and I want to get to use them. I have a lot of nudes and like pinks, and even like I can just put the polygel underneath and then go in with regular gel polish and do designs and things like that. So it's very versatile as well, and there's so many colors to choose from, especially on Makartt's website. They have every single color you can imagine. It's just like acrylic powders. There's so many to choose from. So I love that you're able to choose the colors that you want, just like it would be for gels, for dip powders, for acrylic powders. So yeah, and I am basically finishing up the encapsulation. I did take a little bit of time just because I wanted it to be nice. And honestly, you guys, like I mentioned earlier, I was very surprised. Like, I like the way it looked. I like the thickness, and I like how it looked from the side. So then I went in and cured it with the mini lamp once again. And once it was completely done, I took off the nail form from underneath, and this is what it looks like. I haven't even filed it yet. I literally hadn't touched it yet. So I really like it. And I was touching it, and it was on the sticky side. So I was like kind of confused. I was like, oh my God, I don't want to put anything on top of that. Or, I didn't want to mess with it. But I then went in with my Young Nail Swipe, and it was perfectly fine. So now I go in with this Makartt 100-180 file, and I just basically file it to the shape that I want. The sides were a little bumpy, not too much, but they kind of were. So I just wanted to make them straight and like, sharp, and give it the shape that I wanted it, which was a coffin/tapered square. It kind of ended up being more on the coffin side because I did file the sides a lot, but I really like the shape. I have been seeing a lot like in trend encapsulated glitters, but leaving them matte. And I should have left this one matte because it's so beautiful. As you can see how the glitters look right now, like I am completely obsessed. But I did put a glossy top coat, so that is the way I finished it. The next thing I did was I went in with my medium sanding band, and I did the same steps. I went through starting with the cuticle area, quote unquote sealing it. And I say the quote unquote, you guys, because this is not a real hand. So I am sealing the cuticle area and then going over the entire nail to make sure that it's not bumpy, there's no bumps left, that it's like nice, it has a nice apex, all of that. You know, checking all those boxes, making sure it looks right before I go into anything in the next step. Because if you were to skip this or not, not do it right, it can be very bumpy. And then once you place the top coat, you can tell basically all the imperfections that it has. So you can take your time on this. And I'm putting this like at a medium speed and just going all over, making sure I like how it looks. And I'm removing all of the dust with that, I don't even know what it's called, but I know it's from Amazon. And then I'm going in with the Makartt top coat and basically just top coating it. I really, really loved how this came out. For it to be my first polygel nail, I think I did a good job, and I give myself a pat on the back because at first I was kind of scared. I was like, oh my god, I'm not going to do it right. What if it comes out super bad? But I wanted to show it to you guys. Let me know what you guys think down in the description box. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.